You know, I think the Bible has a lot to say about leadership. I think there are principles within the Scripture that we can use in our discipling of young leaders. One that's really important to me that I have, and here I'm projecting a little bit because I've experienced this in my own life, is that in Luke 16, Jesus speaks to this idea of if we're faithful in a little, He'll give us more. And I think that that is really important for young leaders. I think a lot of them, especially those that are ambitious, that have maybe an inclination towards leadership and they haven't learned all the skills, will quite often want it all right now. And I think that may be, a part of being young, but I think it's also true of ambitious souls who are sense that they have maybe a gifting for leadership. And I think if we can lean on that principle that I think Jesus illustrates here, that when we're faithful in a little bit, then God will give us more. And I think that's true for those of us that are teaching somebody how to lead, is to give them a little responsibility, and if they're faithful in that, we give them more. And I think that that principle is critical to training young leaders. I think there are other verses that speak to this. There are a variety of passages that Titus and 1 Peter talk about how important it is that the older teach the younger, that the younger learns how to respect those that are older than them. And so I think sometimes in this generation, and especially in Western culture, there's this, we worship at the feet of youth. And sometimes those of us that may be older than the younger strata of leader kind of we feel like we're irrelevant, so we kind of back away, and we don't value our age or our wisdom and our experience. And so I think sometimes young leaders take cues from us and saying, well, they don't see like they have anything to offer me, so maybe I'm on my own, and maybe being young is the most valuable thing that I bring to my leadership. And so I think there has to be an understanding within those that are older leaders that you have something to share, and that we need to learn how to pass it on to younger leaders. And I think if we do that, and we do it in a way in which a younger leader will say, they have something to offer me, and they want to do it in the right spirit, that there can be that two-lane road of mutual respect towards what one wants to learn and what one wants to teach. And because I think if the admonition in Scripture or the directive is for the older to teach the younger, then we need to figure out how we build that mutual respect for one another and what we have or what we don't have, and we don't hold it over one another's head, but we do it in a respectful way that we can really pass on our experiences to a younger generation. So I think that is a real important principle in Scripture. Another is what we find in the Proverbs and the Psalms about iron sharpening iron, and how that those great relationships can really sharpen one another. And I think if we've learned how to respect one another, regardless of our stage in life, that a younger leader can find wisdom in spending time with an older leader. And quite honestly, sometimes we just aren't willing as older leaders to carve time out of our schedule to be with young leaders. So I think if we would allow for those scriptures to kind of frame how we structure our lives and how we build our relationships with younger leaders, I think that we may have an opportunity to pass on our own experiences in a way in which a young leader who has an inclination, who has some gifts, may develop some skills as a result of the experiences of others. So those passages mean something to me. I think they can also mean something to younger leaders when they're kept in the context of a relationship of respect that's a two-way street.